Jim asked us to talk about conflict resolution specifically in a relationship, and I said yes. I should have asked Dennis, and we argued about it, but not for very long. And then we decided to come together and share the things that we've learned. We've had a lot of experience in conflict and resolution.
And next week will be our 50th wedding anniversary, so we have some experience with the topic. Thank you.
You want to start?
Well, thank you, dear. My first on the list is listen. And you heard that in the children's story as well. It's a practice that it's very hard for a lot of people to do, but it's so important to take the time to hear what your partner has to say.
You want to, as you listen, find something to agree with the person. If you're in a relationship, there's something that is in there that is right and that you can agree with.
That's true. My next on the list is learn to say, I'm sorry, I was wrong, I made a mistake. It's so hard for some people to do that, but and it's so easy to do, to say it, and it helps so much.
Keep the past out. It's important that you deal with the issue at hand and not bring up what happened 5 years ago or 10 years ago or whatever. Keep it specific.
At my age, I've forgotten anyway. My next one is agree to disagree. And sooner or later, you're going to have an argument that you just can't get resolution on. And rather than just keep pounding away, just agree, well, we haven't reached consensus on this. Let's take a little while, see if we can come up with something later.
And a form of that is if you have a big project, we've done some house remodeling, and it's okay to do a piece of it and then table it for a few days. If you come to a part you don't agree on, let's just let it sit and see.
My next one is time out. This is a trick that Ellen and I learned decades ago. It's like sooner or later, when you're having a discussion with your significant other, you may reach a point where one or the other becomes so heated, so angry, so upset that a rational conversation is no longer possible. And it's hard when you reach that point to realize that I've crossed over into the point of anger. For some people, it's hard. So the purpose of the timeout is that either partner can say timeout. It's like a safe word. What it means is it's time to stop the conversation, have some silence, a little reflection time.
You can use person-centered language. Most of us have what's called a rep system that we favor. It might be auditory, we hear very well, or we visualize, or we touchy-feely. It's called kinesthetic. And if you know that person, like Dennis is highly auditory, which I am not. But when I talk to him, I can say things like, I hear this, or I'm all ears, or things like that, so that you can comfort them a little bit with words.
Good. I try to ask myself, is this worth fighting over? And I'd say 98% of the time, you're going to say no. Kind of a reality check.
Yeah, sometimes you know that an issue is more important to the other person than yourself. And it's a good chance to, I don't want to say throw in the towel, but if it's that important, then that's okay.
This next tool I got from Ellen from her social work background. It's to use I statements instead of you. So you say like, I feel, or I think, or I believe, instead of saying, you messed that up.
But, and this is no joke, you cannot say, I think you messed that up.
I had my next item here is don't interrupt. And I know when things get heated, that's the most likely people want to jump up and save the situation. Don't do it. Just let the person express themselves. Things
are very rarely binary. It isn't, we have to eat here, we have to eat here. And sometimes you can think of a third solution that no one has heretofore said, but is perfect, and it's much more neutral. We were redoing our kitchen years ago, and I wanted a certain type of cabinet, and Dennis had his heart set on another, and we were able to find a third kind, which we love and also put in this house. So it can be done. fairly easily.
And they are lovely cabinets. My next one is respect and love your partner. Well, I'm sure you love your partner, but respect is a little bit harder, I think. Respect, in my opinion, means that you see your partner as a complete person with their own beliefs, with their own attitudes, with their own desires and interests. And you gotta accept that. And they're not always going to be yours. But fortunately, most of them agree, so that's nice.
This is in the story as well, and it involves finding out the reasons for the person's fears, anger, desires, whatever it is. Often someone might have a underlying concern, which may not even be addressed by the conflict. And so if you find out what that is, there might be a different way to address that. That's fairly simple.
My last word is forgive. As they say, when you forgive, you not only help the person you're forgiving, but you help yourself too by letting go of that.
And my last one is a big yoga move. It's about breathing, which they also mentioned in the story. If you take some deep breaths and full breaths, hold them and calm down, it will help you, but it will also help the person who is in conflict with you. Chances are very good that they will start breathing slowly as well.
That's it.
That's it.
Thank you.
Good luck.